This is my grandfather's old trunk, and today I'm hoping with these planks in this trunk to turn it into a table, while Anne is over here pulling apart a very crusty old chair. Let's see how things go today. So here's the plan for today. Measure it, cut it, and then I'll clamp them together, kind of, you'll see what I mean, to smooth out the edges, so I can then drill some holes, whack some dowel in, glue them together, try to clamp them, kind of, then work out the way of putting edging around the table to make it a table, sand it all down and varnish it and stain it. I reckon if I can get to this part today, I'll be really happy. Hi, Libby. So here's a draft idea of what we'll be looking like. Something along that line anyway. I like it. I knew I had a packet of these somewhere. Seek and ye shall find. But if you put things in the right place in the first place, makes things easy. So here's what I've got so far. Now, I'm not an expert by any means, and I'm having a crack. I understand biscuit hole drillers, whatever they're called, would be really handy, particularly when I look at this one. I'd marked me lines, I drilled holes. Everything's a bit crooked at the moment, so don't be too worried about that. But this one hit a bit of a soft part, and the drill went zing. So they're kind of lined up, but when I put them all together, the tabletop might be a bit wobbly. We'll find out. Look at this beautiful woman. Hi Libby, how you going? You good? Yeah? What you going in there for? So as I mentioned, I'm no expert. I'm using the tools that I have, and I've struck a problem. After drilling the holes on both sides, I've realized that I actually needed to measure them and to get them the same line, the same line on both sides, so that they would match up when I turn them over. I didn't do that, and so now I've got this kind of alternating line pattern going here. Clearly, I need to remedy that problem, which means it's going to take a bit longer. There is no such thing as a simple job. Righto, it's starting to get cold outside, so I've moved into the shed and got the glue ready. I've got some dowel, I've drilled some more holes. Oof. Let's see what happens. Ready. Where's my mallet? Where's my mallet? Oh, put things down. I can't find them anywhere. This has got this plastic tip. I have no idea if I'm supposed to take it off or if glue's supposed to come out the top. It's a mystery. So I've put things together as best I can. Some of the holes still didn't match up, so there's a bit of a I'm really relying on the glue in a couple of spots here. So we'll see how that all pans out, and things might be at a slightly different height. So I'm going to put some weights on here now and see how things hold together, and hopefully it will. It looks pretty good though. Let's see what the morning brings. Okay, here's my my board. I'll look at that in the light, see if we can see that. I cut it, I measured it, that was okay. I cut it, took a little fiddling around, but we got there. Smoothed the edges so the glue would hold. drilled holes and then drilled again and then glued. So that was Wednesday. Today's Saturday. Let's see how it goes. I had a quick look on Thursday night and I was pretty happy with how things had come together. We'll get these weights off. And here we are. But it's I don't know if you'll be able to see this, so let's come down. As you look on the edges, you might see that there's a bit of a difference in height along the boards. So not that I know what I'm doing, but I'm going to pull this out and give it a bit of a crack. So you probably didn't see any of what I've just done there. My hope is here that if I can get that a bit smoother, a bit closer, and then the sanding will, at least, it might still be a little bit wavy, but it won't be quite so bad. So I'll do that bit of that there, and a bit of that on this one, probably on that one too, and we'll see how we go. So this is where we're at now. I've had the old planer out, and it's and it is an old planer. I reckon I bought it over 20 years ago. I've hardly ever used it, but that's kind of leveled up a few things. It's still a bit wobbly, but that'll add to the fun. So we'll get the sander out now and see how we go. Okay, so here's where we're at now. I've sanded it. I've tried to trim up the edge to straighten it a bit. Not sure that worked really well. And I have run a bit of putty filler down here, just to try to fill this gap a bit, mixed in with a bit of sawdust that's come up from the sanding. So now I'm just going to stop there, get onto something for Anne, and come back to it. It's going okay. Righto, so today I'm going to try to smooth this edge, cut this board in half lengthways, which might go badly, and cut some sideboards and then attach it to the top. Hopefully. fair to say working with the plane is not my strong point. Righto, going to now sand the side, smooth it up. Safety first. Obviously I should put a new belt in the sander before I start. The next thing to do is to mark the middle, draw a line. Draw a line. I'm not worrying about trying to get straight because I don't trust myself to do that, so it'll have a bit of a gentle wave, which I'm hoping will look nice. This will be for the short edge, but it's a bit sunny out here, so I'll just do this, and we'll see how it looks when it's finished. Right, I'm back inside the shed. It's a bit bright and sunny outside. Everything's a bit of a dog's breakfast in here, but that's my fault. So, anyway, so we're up to edges. Working hard on that one today, and it's taking a bit longer. Measure twice, cut once. Measure twice, cut it the wrong bit. Anyway. So what I'm going to do now is get the glue out and frame it up, see how it all comes together. Making use of an old stand over here and a couple of bits of wood clamped on to create something of a brace so that I can try to squeeze it together. Brace something up here, and I've got a couple of old door wedges here to provide some pressure. That's the plan. Now, should have got the glue down first. Oh, here we go. And a brick and some weights because there's a bit of free play. I'm certainly getting the glue all over myself and all over the board, but if not over the thing I want to glue. I might be working hard to get this off the table later on. This is where I cut a bit off because it was sticking out, and then I cut a little bit too much off. things that make you go, ah! Seriously? Now, so I've got 2 clamps down there. I've left the other 2 outside. Righto, it's Saturday morning, and let's see what happened here. Use the strap to try to clamp it together. I'm not at all sure how successful that was. Brick. Oh dear. Alright, well, we got that off, that's a good sign. And here's the big moment of truth. Righto, nothing's moving. Oh, that's a good sound, isn't it? Oh, I am stuck. Hey, there we go. Oh, that's a bit heavy now. Phew. Righto. Well, a little bit of sanding to do, a bit of polishing up. Bit of a, come close, there's a bit of a gap along the edge down here where I tried to fix things, and nothing simple. So we might do something with that, but a little final sanding and polishing, and we'll be good to go. Now I'm going to sand it, try to fill a gap or two, and hopefully by Wednesday we'll be ready to stain it up. Let's make some noise. Now I'm going to fill one of the holes, mix a bit of this filler in with some sawdust. So what I've done, I've just used some rough sandpaper. I've put some filler in here to close that gap. And come tomorrow, hopefully I'll get some smoother sandpaper, some finer sandpaper out, go over the top of everything. And Wednesday, hopefully, will be the varnishing day. We'll see how that goes. Sunday evening, I have got the fine sandpaper out and gone over this a couple of times. Tried to tidy up the gluing, the putty rather. It's a bit hazy rather, but rustic is the nature of the game. So I've brushed it down. I think I've got all the dust off. Now to put a coat of varnish on it, and I've worked out what I do. So I pulled this off the shelf, some stuff I used on my desk at work. It's fair to say I destroyed the lid trying to get that off, so that might be a problem. Anyway, let's stir it up and whack on a coat. Come down. So that's how she's looking now. That's not too bad. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it looks when it's finished. But you don't need to see the rest of that. It's Monday afternoon. Now time to put the varnish on, the third coat. As you saw, I've wrecked the tin, so I tipped the rest of it into the old jam jar. It'll work for today. Whether it works next time I need it, we'll find out. So feeling pretty good, looking pretty good. One more coat, and we should be in business. I'll shake it up, get the brush out. Well, here it is, the finished product. Sitting nicely on the old trunk and comfortably nestled in the lounge room here. So I'm pretty happy with how that's worked out. I look forward to spending some time sitting on the lounge, coffee or tea on the table, and wishing that I had actually connected the TV. I'm happy, it's a job finished. Speaking of which, here's something else. The old buffet, which is currently sitting on the shelf because we have a cat. And if we put it on the floor, the cat will certainly sit on it, cover it with his hair, and who knows, maybe cover it with something else.